Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that tackles one of the biggest questions we all face. What happens after we die? We're going to explore a text that takes us on a journey, one that might just reframe how you see life, death, and maybe even the universe itself.
So it all starts with this one question. When you die, you no longer exist at all. But what if that's not the whole story? I mean, it's a thought that hits all of us at some point, right? But for the author of the text we're looking at today, that idea of just poof, gone, it just didn't sit right. It wasn't an answer. It was the start of a lifelong search.
And this wasn't some deep philosophical debate in a university classroom. For the author, this was a really personal quest that kicked off when they were just 10 years old, confronted with this very stark idea of simply not existing anymore.
And there it is, that simple gut feeling. To be quite frank, I didn't buy that. That intuitive rejection of an idea, that's what sparked a search that lasted for decades. It's a journey that's not about religion or dogma, but about a deep personal feeling that there has to be something more. Okay, so the first big realization on this journey completely flips our whole perspective. It asks us to stop seeing life as this constant struggle to last forever, and instead to see it as something beautiful, creative, and, intentionally temporary.
What a great metaphor, right? Building sandcastles. Think about it for a second. The real joy isn't in trying to make the sandcastle permanent, because you know you can't. The joy is in the act of creating it, in the beauty you get to make, even if it's just for a little while.
And this just nails the whole natural cycle of it all. The tide isn't evil or malicious, it's just the tide. It's part of the process. And our lives, our creations, our bodies, they all follow that same beautiful cyclical flow. You create, and then you return to the source.
So, building on that idea of temporary roles, the author gives us another metaphor. Life is a huge stage. We each get a part to play. Maybe you're the hero, the helper, the friend, the parent, and the point is to just play that part to the absolute fullest.
The mystic Guru Nanak took this idea even further. He said, "The world is a drama staged in a dream." This suggests that this physical life, this performance, isn't the final reality. Our true self, our true identity, exists somewhere else entirely, beyond the stage.
This brings us to the next major discovery, and it's a big one. It's a total reimagining of God, moving way beyond the idea of some kind of judging, human-like figure up in the sky.
Okay, so this is a huge shift in thinking. The point here is that God isn't a who, but a what. It's a cosmic process. And the author breaks it down with this acronym, GOD, Generator, Operator, Destroyer. It's this universal force that, creates things, keeps them going, and then eventually recycles them. It's actually a lot like the Hindu concept of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva.
And the difference is just night and day. We have this tendency to project our own human stuff onto a higher power. Anger, jealousy, judgment. But this source argues that the true nature of this cosmic force is the exact opposite. Just unconditional love, endless patience, and pure compassion.
And that really is the logical endpoint, isn't it? If we're given free will to learn and grow, to make mistakes and figure things out, then a God who judges us just doesn't make sense. Instead, the author suggests a God of absolute love, one that encourages us on our path, but never, ever condemns us.
So, if life is a temporary game and God is a loving cosmic process, that leaves one massive question. Who or what are we? Well, the next discovery builds up to a truly mind-bending answer. Okay, before we get to the core idea, I want you to look at the next slide and just take a guess. Does this sound like something from an ancient mystic, or does it sound more like a modern scientific concept, maybe like holography?
It's from Kabir, a mystic from the 15th century. But wow, it sounds incredibly modern, doesn't it? This idea that the whole is somehow contained within the part. We always think of ourselves as just one little drop in this giant cosmic ocean. But what if the entire ocean is also inside of us?
This right here, this is the key that unlocks everything. Our true nature isn't just this physical body, this temporary actor on life's stage. No. We are a microcosm of the entire cosmos. Our essence is, and always has been, eternal and universal.
And there it is, the core message of this whole thing, laid out as simple as it can be. The whole purpose of our journey, according to this text, is to wake up to this incredible, unbelievable truth about who we really are.
Now, once you have this profound understanding of who you are,
your entire perception of death can change. The author reframes it completely. It's not some terrifying end, but a peaceful, totally natural return.
So forget the Grim Reaper, forget all that scary imagery. Instead, I want you to picture a sleek, quiet, super efficient bullet train arriving just for you. It's not a struggle, it's not a fight. It's a direct, painless, and loving transport system designed specifically to take you home.
And these are the comforting words the author offers. Death isn't a separation, it's a reunion. It's a return to that universal consciousness, that loving source that we all came from in the first place.
Now, I know this might all sound very philosophical, but the source also gives us a really practical, hands-on way to connect with these ideas, especially when we're grieving someone we've lost.
The logic here is actually pretty simple. If a loved one has merged back into that universal source, and if you, yourself, are also the universe, then their essence, their love, their humor, their kindness, it's never really gone. It's still accessible, right inside of you.
And the practice itself, it's remarkably simple. It's basically a short meditation. You just breathe deep, focusing on your breath. Then you focus on your heart. And with that focus, you bring up a really warm, funny, or loving memory of that person. The idea is that by holding that feeling in your heart, you're directly connecting with their essence. It's a way to find real comfort.
And so we end right here with the question this entire explainer has been building up to. This isn't just some comforting thought for when we face the end of life. It's a profound question for how we live, right here, right now. If you really, truly knew you were the universe, what would change for you?